Yo, what's up, guys? Nate here. So I just finished up streaming, but yeah, in today's video, we'll be going over the work in progress, we're working on the work in progress balance changes. I feel like many of you already seen this, probably a lot of reactions, but usually I don't do videos like this. But I would also like to give you guys like my initial thoughts on this. I think all these changes are great. The fact that I guess the balance team, you guys know Julesy, he does the balance team along with Donald. They did a great job. I think there were 25 cards that got nerfed, so we'll just quickly go over them. I mean, starting with the first card, Berserker, right? Berserker is heavily dominant in cycle, and even beatdown decks use even like sometimes beatdown decks use Berserker, right? Berserker has just been so good recently. Like people have been using Berserker, even myself, to use it over tanks like Knight, Valk. I mean, you only see Valk and like Hog. You don't really see Knight anymore, rarely. So I think a damage nerf. I think I probably have given it an HP nerf, but I think if you nerf its HP, right, then it becomes useless again. So I think the minus 5% damage. Yeah, I mean not hit points. Yeah, it's damage that does. I think it may help it. I think Zerker will still be strong in cycle, but I don't. I think hopefully decks like Knight will come back, and then maybe even Dark Prince as well. And let's go on to the Bomber. The Evil Bomber team's gotten an HP nerf here as well. So I think someone told me this, but I think a log now, like a level 15 log, will now kill a level 15 Bomber too. I feel like that's pretty good, right? I mean, is Bomber really that strong? I don't really know. I feel like Bomber's kind of only relevant in like Drill, but to be honest, Drill is very dumb because ever since Ice Spirit got a nerf, right? Ice Spirit Log can't fully counter Drill anymore. And you guys see also we're gonna move quickly, right? But I think Bomber's a pretty good nerf, right? Is it deserved? I mean, it is also used in beatdown too with Chef. So the fact that Log will kill Bomber now, so you don't have to like overcommit anything else on top of it. I mean, a 2-for-2 trade. So I think again the Bomber is pretty fair. And move on to the Furnace nerf, which is a speed nerf. So the speed is from 45 to 60 now, so I guess it moves slower. Oh no, it's slower moved. Wait, is that a buff or a nerf? Wait, the speed, so like how the furnace moves. So it moves slower now, I guess. I mean, looking that's for me as a rocket player, right? I kind of find it hard to kill a furnace because like to time the furnace and like the spawn rate, but I guess this will also affect the evil bomber too and the evil furnace. So I don't really know if speed was a problem for a furnace. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe the furnace could have used, I don't know. I would have nerfed maybe its health, maybe have a log delivery killer, but we'll see what the speed does. We still have a lot more changes to go through. And going to the first spawn time of the drill, okay. This is pretty massive for Joe, right? Because look, if you guys look back on it, the top Joe like right now and like on top ladder anyways, I don't know if you guys have faced it, but it's been Zerker, Delivery, Bomber, Furnace. So all of Joe just got nerfed really heavily. The first spawn time, I mean, I feel like that was a problem, right? Because unless you had like a Dark Prince, yeah, only a Dark Prince, right? Drill Snowball could usually always guarantee damage on your tower unless like you place like I don't know a Mega Knight on it, then you're not getting any damage, right? But the fact that a card like Drill, right, you can just go for a Snowball and you can easily get back to another Snowball and just keep it doing over and over again, and that Drill getting that one shot. If you guys don't know what True Red True Blue is, it basically is basically you flip a coin, right? And if someone goes Joe the front, depending on whether you win that coin flip, that Joe may hit your tower. But with this, I'm pretty sure that does stop it, if I'm not wrong. But again, all 4 cards cycle, right? Because people always complain about cycle and beatdown. Well, look, as for those who hate cycle, right, Joe's kind of dead, I would say. I mean, if a log kills a bomber, Furnace also getting another nerf. Who knows? I don't know if that Furnace nerf is the right one, but we'll see what's relevant. And then now we're moving on to Goblin Hut, right? Goblin Hut, super annoying. When it first got buffed, right, people were like, oh, okay, it's Goblin Hut. It can't be that broken. But I think before all its pre-nerfs, it would survive to an Earthquake. It would survive a Poison too, I think. And I feel like giving an HP nerf is pretty justified, right? So I'm pretty sure Earthquake should fully kill a Goblin Hut now. I think all 4 of these cards, right? All 5 of these cards, it deserved a nerf. I think Furnace got a wrong one. I do agree with the Goblin Hut HP. The spawn rate is fine of Goblin Hut. But the fact that before when it got buffed, right, that it could survive an Earthquake is kind of crazy, not gonna lie. But yeah, and then you guys see this, man. Let's move down. You guys see it, dude. Freaking Goblin Giant and Goblin Machine. No more boosted, by the way. Absolutely no more boosted. So it's a Goblin Giant got an HP, a 7% HP nerf. Its backpack range. Okay, I'm pretty sure the backpack range means like the spears, the Rileys that spawn on the Goblin Giant. Where like how like the Rise will throw the spear goblins, I think. And then the backpack first hit time too. No more boosted Goblin Giant players, man. Honestly, Goblin decks like Sparky, right? Sparky, Goblin Giant. You have Dark Prince. You have Double Prince with bait for Goblin Giant. I feel like those decks are fine, right? But the decks with like P.E.K.K.A, Chef, Goblin Machine, no, get that out of here. So some of you may disagree with the Goblin Giant nerf, but it's been dominating this meta for too long. There's a reason why decks like that were like kind of shunned away, right? And when it came back, you know, all the no skill players came out to play it, right? But I think pretty self-explanatory. And HP nerf obviously deserved. The Riley range from the backpack, I mean, to be fair, it would hit insanely. Like if you don't have a building, right, and you just place like a Goblin Giant or Evo and you place a Rage on it, I mean, it's absolutely terrible to face against if you don't have like the proper counters to it. And finally, probably moving to like the most hated card of all time is freaking Golem Machine, dude. Like, you guys don't understand, right? When Golem Machine first released, that card would do 1k damage from its back as a rocket, by the way. 1,000 damage. So the fact that it got reduced from 1,000 when it first got released to now 304, bro, that's like 70% that it got nerfed, by the way. And with the rocket damage is obvious. Maybe I would have preferred the range of the rocket damage because I think the range is pretty insane like Golem Machine. I think it has the range of a Musketeer, if I'm not wrong. So maybe I would have nerfed the rocket damage, the range, and the HP. Or maybe you can take out the range for the HP. But like 22% hit points, the rocket damage from the Golem Machine, pretty obvious. You can nerf that. Maybe nerf the range too, because again, these are only work in progress balance changes, right? So whatever you guys put in the comments below, like what do you guys think? Supercell, I can like pass on to Supercell, or maybe they'll see it right and then maybe they'll change something. But I would personally just get rid of Golem Machine, take away the rocket damage, give it a range nerf too, and the HP nerf is fine. No, yeah, I've said this right. The fact that a rocket delivery does not kill Golem Machine, that's 9 elixir, buddy. It's 9 elixir, by the way. But I think a rocket delivery will now kill Golem Machine. That's good. And we have the 8th card being nerfed, which is the guards, the first hit time, which got increased by 0.1. That's pretty interesting. Like, guards are only relevant, like I said this, like a friend once told me, right? Guards are only relevant due to beatdown, right? Because, you know, you had boss bandit meta, there were a ton of guards. When I finished top 9 in that one meta with guards, I finished top 9 because there was so much giant lumberjack and guards were just so good, right? Do guards deserve this nerf? I'm not really too sure. Will it make a difference? I don't think so, because the fact that guards survive arrows, right? But if you nerf the HP, then you kind of kill off guards. So I'm kind of like 50-50 with the guards placement, or with the guards nerf. But let me know what you guys think. So yeah, let's move down here. So this is also huge. Like when I tell you guys these are W balance changes, like a 9 out of 10. Like I would give it a 10 out of 10, but I think that there should be different nerfs to like maybe 3 to 4 cards. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And then we have the minions. So the hit speed got decreased by 8%. So this goes for minions and minion horde. I don't think it really makes that much of a difference. I think the minions range is what makes them super strong, but maybe this will, you know, it'll still keep minions in the meta, but it won't be as much of a problem, right? If they're not hitting like as hard. But I think their range is pretty insane. But again, if you revert the range on the minions, then what's the point of buffing minions, right? So, I mean, I have delivery, so I don't really need to complain about minions. And I think this is probably the biggest nerf I've seen, or like the one that people are not talking about. Skeletons. The hit speed got decreased by 8%. I feel like some of you might not notice this, but look, not only are skeletons affected, you have skeletons, evil skeletons, Skarmy, Graveyard, Skelly Barrel, Evil Skelly Barrel, Skelly King, Witch, Evil Witch, and Tombstone. I think someone said that if you poison a graveyard now, the skeletons won't get a hit since their hit speed got lowered, right, or increased. So I mean, their hit speed got increased. So I mean, they get increased. So they're in it. So like maybe when someone spawns a graveyard, right, and you poison it, it won't get 500 damage on your tower. I don't know. I feel like this is a change that people are not really talking about. Maybe it could be a huge change, to be honest. Maybe it'll be like maybe graveyard will still be broken. Who knows? And then we have vines. I know at least 90% of you who are watching this video hate vines, dude. So the duration it got changed minus 20%. So 2.5 seconds to 2. Its damage got decreased by 9%. So 335 to 306. And the damage ticks. Okay, yeah, Vines is dead, dude. Vines is dead. I'm telling you guys, man, I didn't think they would kill Vines off this fast. But Vines got that Void treatment. Void stayed strong for like 2 seasons, but Vines a season and a half, basically 2 seasons. Yeah, 2 seasons, and Vines is gone, dude. Like the duration is fine, right? The damage is fine, but when it's like the damage ticks, 60%. It goes from 5 to 2 ticks, man. Vines ain't doing nothing against Inferno now, so guys, I'm telling you. Wink. Wink. Oh, okay, that's a terrible wink. But I'm telling you, Minor Rocket could be back, boys. It could be back. But yeah, let's keep on going, moving down here. Now move to interesting nerfs. Remember, all these balance changes are all nerfs, right? So next, you have the Baby Dragon. Baby Dragon's pretty self-explanatory. I think as an ability, it's pretty cool. It speeds up troops. You don't really nerf that. I don't know why. If Inferno Dragon was 2 cycles, why in the world was Baby Dragon 1 cycle? Because I slept on Baby Dragon 2. I thought it was gonna be a trash Evo, but I think obviously you don't have to mess with Baby Dragon's abilities. So obviously you just give it 2 cycles. I think that's what I said before. So there you go. But now this is interesting. The barrage damage from the Evo cannon. So I'm pretty sure the barrage is like those little circles you guys see from the cannon, right? So its damage got nerfed. I don't really see Evo cannon being that big of a problem, especially on mid ladder or even top ladder, right? Like it's good, but the fact they give it a 14% damage nerf, I mean, do you guys agree with that? I don't really use Evo cannon. I mean, my best finish comes from Evo cannon, but I feel like I don't really notice a difference, to be honest. But I have no neutral, like, I don't really feel bad that they got nerfed, but I don't really care they got nerfed either, right? And this one's also really interesting too. So the Valk and the Brawler. So what I never realized is that I knew the Valk had extra HP, but it seems like that with the Evo buff, of course, when Evo Diddy Cage and Evo Valk got a buff, right? That both of them had like a sliver of extra HP, which I never realized. So they're both just reverting back to just the normal HP. So Evo Diddy Cage will have the same HP as normal Diddy, and then Evo Valk will have the same HP as Valk. So again, with a cannon, Brawler, and Valk, I don't really see it coming. I know Evo Valk was pretty strong in the right meta, right? But maybe some of you hate Diddy Cage and Evo Valk, so maybe you guys like that. And now we have that death damage from the Wall Breakers. I feel like people do not talk about Wall Breakers enough. I personally love Wall Breakers as a card, as the Evo, as a normal card. It plays a lot of pressure, a lot of outplay with the Evo, but I will have to agree with the death damage, even though I am using it right now on ladder. Minus 11, I think that's pretty fair, right? Because when I tell you guys Wall Breakers on defense do an insane amount of damage, like maybe to like a Goblin Giant or P.E.K.K.A it won't, but like to cards like a Witch, to Barbarian, to Baby Dragon, if you place it, and with the deck I'm using with Delivery, that deck is so strong, it's crazy. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of these changes so far. Again, with from 12 to 16, it's pretty interesting. Again, I didn't expect them to nerf Cannon, Diddy Cage, Evo Valk, and Wally's, but it's how it is. And then we can move down to the last balance changes, I think. Or, yeah, let's move down to the last balance changes. So we have Witch. So the skeletons per hit, the hit points. So basically, whenever the Witch gets healed now, it heals less. Yeah, it heals less from the skeletons. 16% is a lot, to be honest. I think the HP of the Witch might be more of a problem, but the heal is a huge problem, right? Because it just heals it. I would have to see, like, comparison of the Evo Witch. Yeah, the Evo Witch compared to now to what it is, like, when it got nerfed, right? The 16%. I don't have much to say about the Witch. The Witch was only good in a Vines meta, but I guess people complain about Witch enough, or maybe the team saw stats proving that Witch would be broken even if Vines disappeared, which I don't really agree with, but there's so much variety in this meta now, right? And moving on to Chef, obviously. I mean, its HP is getting decreased even more now, but I think that Chef will go away regardless. Like, even if Chef didn't get a nerf, right? I feel like it would still go away because of what got nerfed, right? The Baby Dragon, you have the Witch, you have the Golem Machine. Like, you can't use decks like that anymore, right? And like, even if people do use Chef, right, you won't have that broken support behind it with the Golem Machine, with the Vines, right? You just go back to, having no reset or even a Lightning even. But like, usually with Chef decks, right, Lightning is way too heavy. But let's move on. So the hit speed multiplier from Rage got nerfed. So what I'm liking from this is that they're including all the cards now. Like, it used to be back then, right? They used to only, if they nerf Rage, it's only Rage, and they don't nerf, LJ or Barbs from him. But I'm not sure what. Oh, so now they include Barbs, right? I love that the team is doing this. So the boost affects the hit speed multiplier got decreased by 4%. So I guess when a troop dies, right, or like when it gets Rage, it just doesn't hit harder, I guess. Its boost effect speed multiplier. Oh yeah, so it's so when it hits right really fast, like that. Cha cha cha. Okay, that was so bad, dude. What am I doing? Like you guys, the lumberjack. It was like ha 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 ha. Or the knight. I don't know what. Bro. I don't know what it makes. Like okay, I need to cut that out, bro. That's so bad. You guys know what I mean, though, right? So like the hit speed, like the troops won't hit as fast, and then I guess how when they move really fast, like they walk fast, right? But I mean, I don't really care about lumberjack, to be honest, because the pre-evil lumberjack already got nerfed, but I guess they're nerfing it even more now. So, and now we have this is probably one of my favorite nerfs, to be honest. So the slowdown effect from the Ice Wiz. So this affects Ice Wiz, Fisherman, Ice Golem, and both Evil Snowball. I really like this change, right? Because I think Evil Snowball, Ice Golem, Ice Wiz aren't used too frequently, but I feel like they definitely deserve like a small nerf, right? Like don't kill the cards, obviously, but I really like this, right? So the hit speed multiplier, I guess it doesn't slow down troops like as slowly as it should. Kind of same thing with lumberjack, right? I kind of have to see what these cards do like pre-nerf, and then after the nerf, right? And then I can tell you guys how it is. But I really like these changes. I really like how they're including, like, you know, instead of one card individually, they're including the, you know, Fisherman, Ice Golem. So, like, even though this shoots 21 cards nerfed, in reality, it's, like, almost up to 30. So, I think these are great balance changes. I mean, again, let me know what you guys think. This would almost be a 10 out of 10 for me. Only if they buff delivery and they nerf Flying Machine, too. And then the last change is the bug fix. Troops will no longer have instant first attack after charge has been reset. So I think what this means is that when you guys, if you guys play any of these cards at the bottom, right, the Prince, the Dark Prince, the Ram Rider, the Battle Ram, the Evil Battle Ram, the Evil Recruits, you guys have to know, like, when they charge, right, and let's say they place a rage on it, they can just charge again, like, shing, 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 like, they keep on charging, right? I think that's what they're talking about. You guys know what I'm saying? Probably not. But I think overall, these are great changes. Like, usually I don't make videos like this talking about these changes, like, with the face cam, but I think you guys should really not give respect, but kind of appreciate what the team is doing, because these are probably one of the best changes of all time, in my opinion, because I've playing this game for 9 years, but I took a 2-year break. But from what I've seen, like, these are some of the best changes that we've seen in years, because look, they're all nerfs. They're all fair nerfs. They didn't like over nerf a card. Maybe they like under nerfed a card, but let me know what you guys think of this. Like I said, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. And if you're asking me how is this going to change the meta, guys, look what got nerfs, man. Nothing in Minor Rocket got nerfed. Dark Prince got buffed. Drill is going away. Guys, when I tell you this, Minor Rocket's making a comeback next season. You know what's even better? Is that my guide, if you guys are this far in the video, my Minor Rocket guide, which is going to be probably 3 hours long, is dropping next Wednesday. So expect that video. And then next season, the guide will be there sitting. And I'm telling you guys, with all these nerfs, nothing in Minor got nerfed, man, except for like skeletons, but I can just use guards or goblins. We're so back. We are so back with Minor Dark Prince, dude. I am so back. But yeah, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy these type of videos. Let me know what you guys think of the balance changes. Like I said, I already gave my thoughts on it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And yeah, it's been Nate, and I'll see you guys next video. Like I said, my next video will be Minor Rocket, so I'll catch you guys on the other side, dude.